You have some fans. Milkshake. You're a cutie. Remember when I gave you some treats? Remember? Okay, that's enough milkshake. Okay, Virgos. That's the most I'll get out of Milkshake. She's a bit camera shy and she doesn't always want to appear in the videos, but careful, Milkshake. It's hot over here. It's not very nice, okay? Okay, Virgos. Virgos, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Venus. Any part of Virgo in you that you resonate with and that you identify with. We do have the Two of Cups in the reverse position, making an appearance as I shuffle. And so for some of you Virgos, you guys are in a bit of a pickle. You guys are in a situation, possibly a romantic relationship, or it could be a business partnership. Maybe it's a job that you are clinging to, some sort of relationship that you have with another person, partnership, relationship that you know is not exactly the best thing for you. It could be, an unhealthy relationship. It could be a job that is not not making you fulfilled, and it's a situation that you probably should think about, if not leaving, then fixing. Making some concrete steps in order to achieve, to build again, to break down, to leave. There has to be some sort of change that needs to be made in order for you to feel more complete and more like yourself in this union, in this relationship or partnership, because right now it's kind of tearing you apart and it's not healthy, it's not good for you. So that's of course not for all Virgos, but for those Virgos who can relate to that message, please try to think about how that could relate to your life. And I do hope that it's not too hard for you guys to bear, and I hope that you guys are strong, or you're reminded how strong you are to face that and to make the right decisions. We also have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse showing up, and so this is a home card. This is earth energy, just like you Virgos, and we are in Virgo season, so happy birthday to you Virgo suns out there. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse could mean some of you, like I said, you will have to give up something close to you, something that you've been clinging onto, some sort of security blanket. This could be a job that you've been doing that's been a part of your identity for a long time now, and you're just realizing that it's not for you, or it's maybe some politics at work, or it's just the ethics at work, something maybe it's robbing you of valuable time to spend with your partner, or with your kids, with your family, or just to do the things that you love. And so the Ten of Pentacles in reverse could indicate some sort of something dear to you, some sort of security measure, or not measure, but security blanket, something that you have been kind of depending on, kind of, not that it falls through, but you're going to be separated from it. So a job, this could be like some of you in unhealthy relationships are actually, separating from somebody, and you have to figure out, who gets the house, who gets all these assets, who gets this and that, and you could be potentially losing out on some of those things with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you Virgos, this could mean, with that Two of Cups in reverse, severing some ties, and now, your whole immediate surroundings, your environment is kind of shaken up, and it feels like a loss, but I do feel like it is kind of a necessary step in order for you to find, to get back to you again, to find more harmony in your life, you will have to, make those hard decisions and be separated from things that you've been kind of dependent on. Not that you've been spoiled on these, like, with these things, but you've been comforted and you've been getting used to these things, and you may have to part with them. But again, as as one door closes, another door, possibly several doors, open for you. So again, we do have this Five of Swords in the upright position, and so I do feel like this too, all these cards are relating, and this seems to be some sort of betrayal, some sort of wrongdoing. I do feel like for you Virgos, this is probably you're on the receiving end of this, or you feel like you are. With the Five of Swords, it is a struggle, it is a conflict, and I do feel like both parties involved have their own their own role in what happened. I don't feel like it's just one person has all the blame and the other person is completely innocent. I do feel like there's definitely two sides to every story, and I do feel like both parties involved have been, not 100% in their actions and in maintaining the quality of the relationship. Again, sorry, this could be a partnership, and so maybe both of you have been slacking in some way, and so I don't feel like you're completely to blame, nor is the other person. So this is just I do feel like this is kind of explaining why we have this Two of Cups in reverse. We have a bit of an unhealthy situation, a bit of a trying time for you guys, you Virgos. I do feel like, on the inside, you guys are kind of suffering a little bit. You guys are letting your insecurities kind of get the best of you, but I do feel like you guys are kind of playing that off. You're brushing it off, and you're fooling a lot of people. I do feel like the center of attention is kind of you at this point, you Virgos, because the sun is in your sign, and around this time, solar return marks a lot of milestones, a lot of cycles kind of coming full circle. And so I do feel like a lot of you Virgos are really aware of where you are and how you relate to this person or this partnership. Maybe it's how your role in your work, in your job, and it's like a spotlight is shining down on it, and you guys are really aware of all all the shortcomings of the other person, like all the disappointments. And I feel like some of you are feeling like you deserve more, and that you kind of have to get out, you have to make some changes, but just the fear or the uncertainty of securing your resources, securing your finances, and making sure that you are covering all your bases, making sure that you're not going to be left with nothing, that you're not going to be screwed over. I feel like that fear is a main factor as to why you're not completely just severing the cord, or you're not, or you're afraid to confront things. So just quickly, I do want to draw some cards for a spread here for you guys. I'll be doing 3 cards for you. Okay, and so let's see what the main energies at play for you for the rest of September. For the month of September are, and this is mainly for the first 2 weeks of September, as I'll be posting another reading for the last 2 weeks or so, the second half of September. So, Virgos, let's see. Okay, we have the High Priestess in the reverse position. And so this is a major arcana card. And like I said, this is a very major time for you guys in the year, because the sun is in your sign, and a lot of the inner planets are in Leo. So we do have that fire energy, possibly in your second house, which is all about your resources. I do feel like there's a focus on, on your material possessions, on am I going to be able to, not as bad as survive, although possibly for some of you it is, literally about survival. But a lot of you are kind of focused on, okay, like I need to get my money right, or I need to, check off these things in terms of, I need a car, I need a house, I need, whatever have you, whatever material things that make you feel safe. However, with this High Priestess card in the reverse position, I do feel like some of you Virgos are neglecting the spiritual side of yourself. I feel like some of you Virgos have kind of lost touch with your creative side, with your just with your inner self, and with your own individual spirit. And this High Priestess in reverse could indicate that you guys are too materialistic. You guys are too focused on the money aspect of things, on the finances, on the physical world. And I do feel like obviously you guys are living in a physical world, and you guys we all need to survive, we all need to eat and be warm and provide for ourselves and for our families possibly. But I do feel like this High Priestess is a reminder to get in touch with the parts of you that you've kind of forgotten along the way. Maybe you guys have been too busy to treat yourself, or too busy to really, revitalize your spirits, revitalize your energy, not just, pass out and go to sleep, get a good night's sleep, although that can be really rewarding. If you've, been really, really busy and you haven't been able to sleep, that could definitely be a good treat for your body. But for your soul, I do feel like maybe you Virgos could benefit from really kind of trying to get in touch with your body. Virgos are all about health, and not just your health, but making things better. And so what am I trying to say here? I feel like some of you Virgos, this card is strongly saying to me that you need to get more in touch with your body and replenish the relationship that you have with your body. So listen to what your body's telling you. Are you looking at the foods that you eat, the activities that you do, and listening to what your body is giving you in response to that what feedback are you getting from your body? And I do feel like you can improve the quality of your life. Not to say that the quality of your life is, necessarily bad, but I do feel like you can definitely, it's a good time to make improvements, especially with this High Priestess card. It's like saying, okay, we can be so much better than we are now. Listen to your body. Listen to, the feedback, the messages that are being sent to you. You just have to quiet your mind, listen, and honestly, it's not rocket science. You can achieve whatever you want. You can have that serenity. You can have that peace of mind. You can have, no more aches and pains in your body if you just listen to what your body is telling you. It will tell you exactly what it needs and what it doesn't need, what it likes and what it doesn't like. You just have to listen to it. Okay, so let's see what your major challenge is for September. And we have the Sun. Okay, so the Sun is in your sign, and this is another major arcana card. And as your major challenge, I feel like maybe some of you are going to be kind of freaked out because of, the spotlight on you and on your accomplishments, on your achievements. The Sun is a card of, of happiness, of vitality, of energy, of pure, being in your element. And so as your challenge, I do feel like maybe some of you, again, are struggling to reconnect with yourself and to rekindle that relationship that you have with yourself and with your own body. And a major challenge, but a major, payoff for you Virgos would be to reconnect with yourself and to really just find more harmony even within yourself and in your body. And I do feel like when you work on that and you work on your inner harmony, inner peace, it just reflects outward, and you'll have more harmony in your everyday life. And if you've been kind of struggling to to manifest your desires, or if you've been struggling to kind of find stable ground and peace and quiet in your surroundings or at work or with a partner, I do feel like it honestly does start within. And it would be very beneficial for you Virgos to really listen to what your body is telling you. I mean, this card also represents Leo, and so we do have, you know, a lot of fire energy still this month. We are in an earth sign, earth season. We are in Virgo season for at least the first 2 weeks of September. But we do have a lot of Leo influence still. And so maybe a major challenge could be kind of dealing or trying to direct all that creative energy. Leos are all about creativity and fire and passion and just being playful. And so I do feel like it could be a good reminder for you guys to just kind of relax, to take it easy, listen to what your body is really telling you. And instead of doing what you think is expected of you or what you feel like you should be doing, you know, try to listen to what your body is actually telling you that it wants to be doing. And I do feel like that'll help you, and if you kind of embrace that sort of energy, then I do feel like you'll find a lot more fulfillment and happiness in your life, especially this month. Okay, so let's see what the outcome card for you Virgos is. Four of Swords. Okay, so this is air energy. This is stable energy, and so I do feel like, you know, you guys are going to kind of hit middle ground. I do feel like maybe you've been worrying a lot, you've been stressing out about things. The earlier cards did indicate some sort of disharmony, some sort of you know, unhealthy situation possibly for some of you. Maybe some major changes coming, or you know, you're in the middle of major changes that you know you're gonna is gonna require your action and your thought, and you have to make decisions about that. With this Four of Swords, this is like you guys kind of taking a break. You guys are just taking a step, a time out, taking a step back, and just, you know, kind of retreating into your own mind, which is not a bad thing to do. We do have a lot of, again, fire energy, a lot of passion, but this is fixed energy as well. This is very grounding energy, stable energy, so this could work really nicely for you. And I do feel like these cards are kind of saying, you know, let everything work together. Again, we're talking about that harmony. So what your body's telling you, and with the Four of Swords here now, it's like what your mind is telling you. So try to align those two things. But first, I feel like you need to quiet the mind and listen to your body, and then the mind will kind of follow from there. So I don't see too much trouble going on. The first few cards did indicate that there may be some major changes and some struggle, possibly some loss, and it may be uncomfortable for you, but I do feel like right now it's a good time anyways to retreat, and a good time to just kind of, you know, not do anything drastic. So, you know, hold off, but I do feel like you need to listen to yourself more and listen to what your body is telling you. And listen to, you know, that gut instinct. Go with your gut, your instinct. And again, don't make any hasty decisions. But I do feel like for some of you, definitely you will have to make a major change soon. But right now, it's a time to kind of, you know, get back in touch with what your body is trying to tell you, and and to, you know, not let anybody else interfere with that decision making, interfere with your thoughts, and cloud your judgment. Listen to yourself. It's a good time right now for you to listen to yourself. So everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, so that you can stay updated with my readings, and like this video if you found this helpful or valuable, and I'll see you guys next time.